Hi, I'm Jen Wynn. I've been a member of West Shore Church since 2007. I typically talk about pledging in my role as the church's Finance Committee chairperson and the role of pledging in funding our $800,000 annual budget that keeps the church open and operating. I'm grateful that today I get to tell you about my own personal experience with pledging and giving back to our church. I think it's important to reflect on how pledging can help you take ownership in the church and help you evolve personally and as a church member. I think there's a lot of truth to the phrase, the more you give, the more you get. When you pledge, you're not only giving to the church as a financial entity, you're investing in the ways and means for your own personal development. I'd like to share with you the story of my family's own personal experience with our decision to become members and the pledge process and what it means to me. When my husband Laird and I started to attend church, our children were around ages 3 and 5. We struggled with what it meant to be members versus just attending. It gradually became evident to us that being members gave us ownership and a place in the church community. If we became members, we felt we could call it our church. Well, that's an oversimplified version of the story as it relates to our decision to become members. In reality, it was not easy for me to decide to pledge as a part of that decision of membership. At the time, I came from a place of scarcity and approached our family's decision-making from never having enough. I looked at pledging as an obligation and not an opportunity. When we started to give what little I thought we had, I started to see the abundance of what we truly had and what we were being provided in return. We got involved in things and took on roles that I never would have had the courage to do outside of church. It's a safe haven to try something new. You can't find a more supportive group of people than in this church. My husband Laird and I became the teachers for the pre-kindergarten classroom, and I felt a strong attachment to the Our Whole Lives, or OWL program, and I took intense training to become certified to teach human sexuality to high school students and to facilitate the adult class. This was way outside my comfort zone. I grew up in a house where body parts were not recognized and sexuality was not embraced. And here I was learning how to teach and learning how to facilitate conversations about a very delicate subject matter. Among other things, I went on to take a role on the board, and this is my second run on the Finance Committee. The challenges in interpersonal development I experienced as the board president built character and patience. I developed skills that I now use in all other parts of my life outside church. I strongly believe that my church experiences contributed to my ability to receive a promotion at work and to be more successful in my professional life. And having these experiences and seeing this self-transformation helped me to come from a place of abundance and not scarcity. I can see now that giving results in more giving. And it's intuitive for me to take the value of pledging and translate it into dollars and measurable worth, as I think I just did for you. And I told you about the training I received, the skills I built in exchange for my pledge and commitment to the church. And these are practical experiences that came to mind when I started to think about what to say to you today. And they truly are valuable to me, not because I would have paid good money for this training and leadership experience outside of church. I'd like to also tell you about the value of church membership and belonging that's even more important to me than training and skill building. Remember, I mentioned the safe haven and support I felt when I was doing the training and teaching and facilitating board governance? Well, that safety net and support was also there with me and my family when our son Jack struggled with mental illness and when my father died. I have danced wildly and sang freely with my fellow Free Spirit Band groupies down the aisles of the sanctuary. I have cried openly and deeply in the pews during intense moments of connection with Reverend Anthony's sermons. And I've placed hundreds of stones in the sanctuary sand to send love and support and energy through the universe to my loved ones during our congregational ritual to acknowledge all that is our lives. These are the priceless experiences that create a stronger connection for ourselves to the church and to each other. Please continue to be connected and committed as we start the new pledge drive. And now, if you'd like to offer West Shore a special financial gift, please follow the text instructions on your screen.